Hey people, hi, what's up? Am I visible? Yeah, I can see myself, so I hope so I'm visible out there. What's up, people? How's everybody doing today? This is Bhavna, your master teacher of physics at grade 9 to 10 Vedantu English channel, welcoming you all to yet another session at our channel on YouTube today. And what is it? Why so different? I'll tell you everything. But just first, let's have a great hi to each other. Let's welcome each other. How are you guys doing today? Tell me quickly in the chat. Hi Simriddhi. Hi Ridhima Bachche. Hello Vedika. Hi. BTS and Blackpink दोनों 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 लवर हाँ हाय सोनाश्री हेलो शव्या कैसे हैं बच्चा हाय चित्रा रुद्रानी गुड इवनिंग बच्चे अर्थित व्हाट्सअप हेलो गुड ग्रेट सुपर सो ये एक्सडी को क्या हो गया So all those people who are doing good, great, super, awesome, fabulous and fantabulous, give me a yo in the chat. Give me a yo in the chat quickly. Give me a yo. Hi Mehak, hey Jasleen, hey Sridhar. हेलो मैं बढ़िया एकदम मैं भी सेम सेम बिल्कुल सेम डिट्टो यो यस वेरी गुड सुपर नाइस टू सी एवरीवन कैसे हैं सबके सब ऑल एवरीबॉडी इज डूइंग गुड ये यो है एक्सडी तू डरा रहा है मुझे ये यो है मतलब विद अ पंच यू आर गिविंग मी अ यो डरा दिया हाय जननी हेलो ग्रेट so people yes today's class is again about graphs of motion ma'am we have done motion we have done graphs as well have we not yet we have just got an introduction of how graphs work and if you have missed that class do see the recording of that one it will be there in the playlist but if we know that motion is a full-fledged Bollywood Hindi hit movie then graphs is the twist and we have just got to learn about what is this twist and how this comes in the last class. Today we are going to go one step forward and we are going to cover the graphs of motion for what? The graphs of motion for distance time graph. But before that, lots of things are already done. Let's see how many of you have done your homework. So people, कितना बच्चा पार्टी ने homework करा है? How many of you have done? Beverage, my favorite beverage. I would love to go with Nibu Pani or iced tea. Yes, come on. Come on people, come on, नॉप समृद्धि ने करा है चित्रा ने करा है गेमर वेदिका श्रव्या बहुत सारे लोगों ने करा है बट आई टोल्ड यू द फर्स्ट टू पीपल टू गिव मी द आंसर विल बी ऑल माय होमवर्क रॉकर्स सो लास्ट क्लास वी हैव डन व्हाट आर ग्राफ्स एंड व्हाट आर देयर इंपॉर्टेंट एंड आई हैव लेफ्ट यू विद वन सिंपल क्वेश्चन है यू हैव टू टेल मी द स्लोप ऑफ द ग्राफ बाय द वे व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला ऑफ स्लोप ऑफ द ग्राफ बच्चा पार्टी क्या फॉर्मूला होता है स्लोप का What is the formula of slope of the graph? मैं गंदा बच्चा हूँ इसलिए नहीं किया ये पता है तो रोज नहाया करो ना बेटा गंदगी निकल जाएगी रोज नहाएगा नहीं तो गंदा ही रह जाएगा नहा लिया कर It is rise upon run further. What is it? What's the formula? Yes, Ridhima. It is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So we had to find the slope of this graph where the line, the pink line, so Blackpink, BTS fan, look at here, Blackpink is the exact theme of this graph. You have to tell me if this graph is sloping downwards, what will be its slope? So let's put 2 points here. This is point A and let's say this is point B. Can you tell me what are the coordinates of point A? What are the coordinates of point A, Bacha Badi? Yes, Blackpink lover. What are the coordinates of point A? Coordinates. Namaste, Vinita. I am all good. You tell me, Bacha, how are you? It will be 0 and 3. On y-axis is it 3 and on the x-axis it is 0. What about point B? What are the coordinates of point B? What are the coordinates of point B? It's not 3, 0, Ridhima. It is 0, 3. That's what's important. We first write x and then we write y. So what are the coordinates? For this, the x value is 6, but the y value is 0. So the first thing to do anything is to write the coordinates. Now for this, this is my x1, y1 and this is my x2, y2. So by putting the formula of slope, what do I get? y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. If I have to do y2 is 0 minus 3 upon 6 minus 0. So what do I get? Minus 3 upon 6 which is minus 1 upon 2. कितना बच्चा पार्टी का आंसर करेक्ट है? द आंसर विच इज करेक्ट इज गिवन बाय टू पीपल, समृद्धि एंड वेदिका. But what is more important here to look at, that the graph is going downward. So this graph has a slope of negative. Do you understand that? Hi Vinita. There are no worries बच्चे. Go for your class. Right? Shravya was third. Oh ho, मेरा बच्चे का नाम नहीं आया. Very bad, huh? Very bad. So let's put Shravya here. The answer will be negative -1/2. Am I making sense here? Am I making sense? मैंने पहले दिया था. That would be correct answer. Is it Rudrani? पक्का? Are you sure you have given it first? Very good then. Super good. So people, this is my homework rockers and super good people, superstar, lots of balloons for you. Let's get into the today's session. In last class, we have got to know what are the importance of graph. By the way, कल match कौन जीता? RR और RCB. Who won the match yesterday? Who won the match yesterday? किसी को पता है? नहीं पता है? अरे, it was such a match, like very less score made by RCB. Then RR was doing very great. They were already winning over there. ठीक. रुद्रानी का मैम पहले होमवर्क दे दो प्लीज, पहले दे दो. नहीं रुद्रानी, आज तो होमवर्क लास्ट में आएगा बेटा, कुछ तो मजा आना चाहिए ना, ऐसे ही. Okay, बच्चे the schedule, Sridhar, you can check on our community page. It's always been updated time to time. So RR win yesterday and we got to know, if I draw a graph between RR and RCB was this, RR was already like this. So कल हमारा prediction एकदम correct हो गया था, that when we draw line graphs, they are very helpful in comparing data. And yes, we get to know that on comparing data, we figured out how graphs are super useful. So today we are going to put the usefulness of graphs into motion. Now when I talk about motion, bacha party, let's say I have a car. Let's say I have a red Ferrari. ये तो रेड फरारी नहीं है, फरारी तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं है ये, बट लेट्स से यार भावना मैम हैज अ रेड फरारी. सब लोग अभी के अभी करो इस चीज को कि भावना मैम हैज अ रेड फरारी. बट हाउ और वेयर विल आई ड्राइव अ फरारी इन इंडिया? So I have to first move outside and then buy a red Ferrari. कोई बात नहीं, you can wish for that as well. कि let's say भावना मैम goes to a very nice place and she buys a Ferrari and now she is living a life of her dreams. So consider the car is moving on a straight line. Fine. If the car is moving on a straight line, can we make the distance time graph of this? The answer should be probably yes. So what should we do? Take the graph sheet and put it below the car wheels. कि where the car wheels will move, I'll get the graph. Or should I run behind the car कि अरे कैसे जा रहा है, किधर जा रहा है, मुड़ रहा है, कैसे हो रहा है? How we will draw the graph? We can draw the graph between two different entities here. What are those? One is what is the distance I am covering with the Ferrari along with the time. The other is what is the velocity that is being taken over different times by me for the car. So first pick the dt graph. Let's call it the dt graph, and for the distance time graph we are going to put the data on two axes. So कैसे हम करते हैं? It's a very simple thing, right? How do we draw things? I'll just show you one simple thing here. When we make a graph, right? When we talk about making a graph, bacha party, we always take two axes. That's what we do. So on one axis this is x, on another it is y, right? What do we call the x axis if it is a dt graph? If it is a distance time graph, then definitely I have to take the time on the x, because the dependent quantity comes on the y axis. The independent or the quantity on which it is dependent comes on the x axis. What is the next step of making a graph? Can you tell me what is the next step of making a graph? नेक्स्ट स्टेप में क्या करना होता है? दिस इज वन थिंग, आई हैव मेड अ dt ग्राफ, आई एम मेकिंग अ dt ग्राफ. व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट स्टेप? टाइम को लिख दिया x एक्सिस को, डिस्टेंस को लिख दिया y एक्सिस को. नेक्स्ट स्टेप क्या है? नेमिंग तो कर दी, कोऑर्डिनेट्स. चूज द यूनिट. वेरी गुड श्रुव्या. वी हैव टू राइट वेदर आई एम मेजरिंग माय डिस्टेंस इन किलोमीटर एंड टाइम इन आवर और डिस्टेंस इन मीटर एंड टाइम इन सेकेंड. सो सेकेंड थिंग इज टू पुट द यूनिट्स ऑन पॉइंट, राइट? What is the next one? The next step is to choose an appropriate scale. Now, how do we pick a scale? That depends on my data. So let's check this कि अगर मेरे पास this is the data of my red Ferrari. This is the data of my red Ferrari. What is happening? At 0 time my car was at rest. At 5 seconds my car was at 10 meters. At 10 it was 20. At 15 it was 30. At 20 it was 40. So what can I do? I can draw my distance time graph, put it in seconds, put it in meter, and the next step will be choosing an appropriate scale. So I guess for time, what should be the scale? Time के लिए क्या होना चाहिए श्रुव्या? श्रुव्या क्या होना चाहिए time के लिए? Time के लिए I have to take one box as 5. So I can take multiples of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 and so on. What about for distance? Distance के लिए क्या लेना चाहिए? What should we take for distance? Distance के लिए भी क्या होना चाहिए? Very easy. We can see 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. We will take the table of what 10. So let's put this 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Right? So we have got this. Now to plot this data, let's start putting one point at a time. So first is 0, 0. Where does my 0, 0 lie? Here does my 0, 0 lie. Super easy. Origin 0, 0. Second point is 5, 10. Here comes my second point. Third is 10, 20. Here comes my third point. Then 15, 30. Here comes this. Then 20, 40. Here comes this. So ideally, if I join all these points, I am getting a straight line. Now, what does this straight line shows me? To understand that, we have to add another column, and this column is called the speed column. Okay? So we had the time, we had the distance. If I want to find the speed, it is very easy, na? Speed is nothing but distance upon time. So if I have to do my time, distance and speed. So first is 0, then the speed became 10 upon 5, 2, then 20 upon 10, 2, 30 upon 15, 2, 40 upon 22. And what kind of motion it is if the speed does not change? What kind of motion it is? Yes, bacha party. कौन सा motion है if the speed is not changing? Uniform motion. Very correct. No worry. अब से मेरा नाम श्रुव्या है. भूवना है. ये भूवना मुझे भूवन लग रहा है. वो क्रिकेटर ही लग रहा है. So this is uniform motion, right? So we all can see when I am getting a linear sloped graph. Sloped means it is at an angle with the x-axis. This kind of graph is going to give me uniform motion. So ideally we reach to a conclusion what? That for a vehicle or for an object moving, if I get a sloped graph, that sloped graph is going to show me uniform motion. And this uniform motion can be further utilized. How? Because the slope of this will give me my speed. Now, how to calculate slope? We already know it's y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So, the slope of my dt graph gives me the speed. Let me just solve this here with any points you would like. Let's say, let's call this point as A and let's call this point as B. So, for B, it is 20 and 40. So, the coordinates are 20 and 40. And for point A, the coordinates are 5 and 10. So, let's see my slope. What is the formula of slope, bacha party? y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. What do I get? 40 minus 10 upon x2 minus x1. x2 क्या है? 20 minus 5. So I get 30 upon 15, which is nothing but 2. And that was what I was getting even from my graph. Isn't it? This is what I got even from my graph. So ideally, when we talk about finding the slope, the answer is, एक मिनट, ये इंक क्यों नहीं हट रही है? सबके ऊपर आ गई ना इंक? कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा बच्चा पार्टी, गायब हो ही नहीं रही है. हट गई. अरे वापस आ गई. जादू. लेजर पॉइंटर किया तो हट गई और वैसे वापस आ गई. So ideally we can see here it was 2 and thus here also we got 2. That means to find the speed from a dt graph we can definitely use the concept of slope. Am I clear here? ये जादू हो रहा है, देखो ये पक्का जादू है. मैं पेन सिलेक्ट करती हूँ वापस आ जाता है, मैं लेजर पॉइंटर करती हूँ चला जाता है. लेट मी सिलेक्ट हाइलाइटर, हाइलाइटर से भी वापस आ गया और इरेजर आ ही नहीं रहा है. वेरी कूल. एक मिनट इसको हटा देते हैं. क्या हो रहा है ये, क्या हो रहा है ये, मजाक हो रहा है मेरे साथ. चलो वापस पेन पे आ गए. अरे वेरी गुड, नहीं आ रहा अब, गायब हो गया गायब हो गया गायब हो गया. जादू जादू जादू. ओके सुपर. अरे यार पता नहीं यार, ब्लैक पिंक के नाम से क्या क्या जादू होता रहता है. What is the difference between uniform and constant speed? Ridhima, they are actually the synonyms. When I say I have a uniform motion, the speed is constant in that. So ideally they are synonyms. Uniform speed or constant speed means the same thing when equal distance is covered in equal time. ठीक है बच्चे? Got it Ridhima? No worries there. ब्लैक मैजिक ही हो रहा है, ये ब्लैक पिंक की जगह ब्लैक मैजिक हो गया है. सो आइडली व्हाट वी गॉट हियर, वी गॉट अ वेरी सिंपल थिंग दैट माय dt graphs gives me two information. One thing is definitely that looking at the dt graph I can tell what kind of motion it is. If it is a slant line along if it is a sloped line that is at an angle with the x-axis, it's uniform motion. The second thing I can tell by the dt graph is I can calculate the speed by the slope of the dt graph. So this way two things are getting on to me. But there is one more thing that we can do with the graph which are graph very good at. What is this? Comparison. So let's go to this place. ठीक है? Let's go. Let's say ये अनन्या सर है. ठीक है? Let's say ये अनन्या सर है और let's say ये भावना मैम है. हम दोनों में रेस लगी. ठीक है, we both had a race, we both took our vehicles. I took my car and Ananya sir took his bike and we are having a race. We thought why not teach physics to students after this race. So we made a graph of our vehicles. You have to tell me who is faster. Who is faster? Who is faster? Quickly tell me. कौन जीतेगा रेस? कौन किसकी टीम में है? Are you Ananya sir's team or are you in Bhavna ma'am's team? अनन्या सर फरारी जीतेगी ना? अनन्या सर यार सब अनन्या सर की टीम में हो यार. एवरीबडी इज इन अनन्या सर टीम. दिस इज तो सो रॉन्ग यार, वेरी बैड. सबने मतलब मेरे को छोड़ दिया. बोलो नहीं छोड़ा मैम, वी लव यू. इट इज जस्ट द राइट कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ फिजिक्स. व्हाई? बिकॉज द वन विच हैज स्टीपर angle, the one which is more sloped line is going to have more speed. How? Because Ananya sir, if we look at here, Ananya sir is covering more distance in less time and I am covering less distance in more time. So ये तो physics है मैम, इसमें तो मैम भी कुछ नहीं कर सकती, right? सना मैम जीतेंगी. ये बहुत सही है. मतलब रेस हो रही है अनन्या सर और भावना मैम के बीच में, बट द विनर इज सना मैम. वेरी गुड ब्लैक पिंक, वेरी गुड. super good, super cute. So people, this is called love. Super nice to see. So we can find the speed, we can tell what is the type of motion, we can even compare two motion or the motion of two different vehicles. Let's go to this. What is this? If I ask you this is the dt graph, what is the kind of motion it is? Quickly tell me, what is the kind of motion it is? Is it uniform or non-uniform? Quick, quick, quick. Now you will be saying, मैम मजा आता है वेब में ना, we are able to do the quizzes, बहुत अच्छा लगता है. कोई टेंशन मत लेना. Today there is a V-quiz assignment for you. So people, within the description of this video, you will be able to see that when you click on the V-quiz, on demand quiz, you will be entered where you can do the quizzes on your own and will be checked among people. ऐसा नहीं अकेले अकेले खेल रहे होगे, बोर हो रहे होगे. You will be on the leaderboard with all those people who have played that game or will be playing that. ठीक है? So do attend that V-quiz. There will be 5 question assignment for you and that's what I wanted to try today. Whether you guys not just do the homework but also the assignment, that's what you need to do. ठीक है बच्चा पार्टी? Everybody? Okay. Live quiz नहीं है. श्रव्या next class में आएगा. The option A is correct. If it is a slant line or sloped line with x-axis, it's a uniform motion. But अभी मजे करते हैं, ठीक है? What about if I am going like another scenario where the time is 10 seconds, I go from 0 to 50. In 8 seconds, another 50 to 150. That is 50 kilometers I have traveled. Here also 50 kilometers I have traveled. In next 20 seconds, I am covering 150 to 300. That is 150 kilometers. So sorry, 150 to 300 if I have traveled. Yes, it is 150 kilometers. Then in next 50 seconds, I am going 300 to 500. That is 200 kilometers. What kind of motion it is? What kind of motion it is? कोई बात नहीं श्रुव्या. What kind of motion it is? ये तो confirm non-uniform है भाई. क्यों? Because it is showing you unequal distance, unequal time में. It is not having anything equal. Unequal distances are covered in unequal time. Hence, for this kind of graph क्या करें? This is तो very tricky. कैसे draw करें? So we will take a simple scale 50 50 50 50 का scale लेकर हम 300 से 500 तक जा रहे हैं. Let's make it 100. So let's take it 0, 100, 200, 300, 400 and 500. ठीक है? So we have taken a standard scale for my. So sorry, this should be on the time axis. Okay, something happened. दिस इज क्वाइट कूल. ये नहीं पता था ऐसा फीचर भी होता है. मेरे साथ बहुत मैजिक होता है, ब्लैक मैजिक भी होता है, सब कुछ होता है. सो आइडली ये मैंने गड़बड़ क्या कर दी. आई शुड हैव बीन मेकिंग द 100 वाला स्केल है. तो 100, 200, 300, 400 and 500. राइट? व्हाट अबाउट द टाइम? 10, 8, 20, 50. क्या करें मैम? 10 10 का ले लेते हैं. वेरी इजी. दिस इज 10, दिस इज 20, दिस इज 30, दिस इज 40, दिस इज 50. सो व्हेन वी ड्रॉ द ग्राफ फॉर दिस, हाउ डज इट लुक? एक्चुअली मैं ठीक कर रही थी. डिस्टेंस हमने यहाँ पर x पे ले लिया और टाइम y पे ले लिया, तो लाइफ इज सेम. बट आई हैव टेकन 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 लाइक आई हैव शोन यू, एंड आई हैव टेकन द रेंज 0, 50, 50 एंड द सेम रेंजेस. नाउ फॉर डिफरेंट टाइम यू कैन सी द ग्राफ इज गोइंग अप एंड डाउन, अप एंड डाउन. So what is this? This or this? What is this again? This is a curved graph. This is a graph which is not slant at a perfect angle. Then both of these graphs are showing me what? Non-uniform motion. So wherever you have a straight line, this is uniform motion. When you have a curved line or a line which is broken, it is not with one slope, it is non-uniform motion. ठीक है? So let's have a quick चेक कि बच्चा पार्टी को कितना समझ में आया. ठीक है बच्चा पार्टी? बहुत मजा आने वाला है. तैयार हो जाओ, बिल्कुल तैयार हो जाओ, बिकॉज मैं पूछने वाली हूँ मजेदार क्वेश्चन यहाँ पर और सबको देखना है आंसर आता है या नहीं. सो आई एम गोइंग टू ड्रॉ अ ग्राफ है. ठीक है? व्हाट इज द ग्राफ? दिस इज टाइम, दिस इज डिस्टेंस. आई एम टोल्ड यू ऑलरेडी. नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू ड्रॉ डिफरेंट लाइन्स ओवर इट एंड यू हैव टू टेल मी व्हाट इज विच ग्राफ शोइंग. ठीक है? सो बच्चा पार्टी, व्हाट डज दिस ग्राफ शोज? Tell me, what does this graph shows? तैयार हो जाओ. What does this graph shows? Uniform motion. पक्का पक्का. Everybody says uniform motion. Everybody says uniform motion. सब यूनिफॉर्म के साथ है. क्या बात है, सब यूनिफॉर्म के साथ है भाई. अच्छा ये क्या दिखा रहा है फिर? What does this graph shows? The green line. What does the green line shows? ये मैम की गंदी स्माइल देख रहे हो? अनुम ने बोल दिया मैम नॉन यूनिफॉर्म. बाहर निकालो इसको. नॉन यूनिफॉर्म है मैम, इसको निकालो घर से बाहर. पक्का अनुम? रिधिमा कह रही है यूनिफॉर्म है. यार तुम लोग बड़ा कंफ्यूज कर रहे हो. वेदिका भी यूनिफॉर्म कह रही है. व्हाट इज द ग्रीन लाइन शोइंग मी? टेल मी व्हाट डज द ग्रीन लाइन टेल्स मी. यूनिफॉर्म और नॉन यूनिफॉर्म? अन्वेषा इज ऑल्सो सेइंग नॉन यूनिफॉर्म. यार तुम लोग फिक्स कर लो पहले. सब लोग एक आंसर दो, कंफ्यूज मत करो. बड़ा मजा आता है मुझे ये करने में, पता है ना तुम्हें. आई लव टू कंफ्यूज यू गाइज. चलो दो ऑप्शन है हमारे पास. इधर इट इज यूनिफॉर्म और नॉन यूनिफॉर्म. गिव मी इफ दिस इज नॉन यूनिफॉर्म हाउ एंड इफ दिस इज यूनिफॉर्म हाउ. बोथ वेज. विनीता ने बोला अरे मैम यूनिफॉर्म है. यस Anum, you have to explain how are you saying this is non-uniform, and the people who are saying it is uniform, if this is also uniform, what is the difference between the blue and the green graph? क्या फर्क है फिर? How can you say this is uniform? Yeah, Shravya. What do you mean by not starting from 0? Then where it is starting from? स्ट्रेट लाइन इज ए यूनिफॉर्म मोशन. रिद्धिमा ने सीधा सीधा बोल दिया मैम स्ट्रेट लाइन मतलब यूनिफॉर्म होता है, आप जो मर्जी कर लो, आप जो मर्जी कर लो. स्लोप डिफरेंट है तो वेदिका क्या मतलब हुआ? एक स्लो एक फास्ट है वो तो ठीक है, और क्या मतलब हुआ? Straight line is uniform. Uniform because it starts and goes in a straight line. Vidya is also explaining that. It's not starting from 0. So Anu, if it is not starting from 0, it cannot be uniform. Did I say anywhere like that? Shravya, perfect. But if it is not starting from 0, what does it mean? One thing is, let's first confirm and fix on the answer whether this is uniform or not. Both of these graphs are uniform. Both. Now, if both of these graphs are uniform, what is different? The difference is, first of all, both of these are straight lines inclined with an angle with the x-axis. Now, you will say, ये तो नहीं है, but I can make a parallel. This is also the angle with the x-axis only. ठीक है? So, both of these are uniform because they are sloped straight lines. Second thing, what is the difference then? My blue graph shows me I am starting the motion from the reference point. ठीक है, लेट्स से द रेफरेंस पॉइंट कुड बी एनीथिंग, इट कुड बी माय होम, एनीवेयर. सो आई एम स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम 0 पॉइंट. बट अगर मैं अपने फ्रेंड के घर गई एंड वहां बस गई कि यार थोड़ी देर यहीं रहते हैं फिर जाएंगे, एंड देन आई मूव्ड इन अ स्ट्रेट देन आई मूव विद यूनिफॉर्म मोशन, देन दिस इज अ ग्रीन लाइन. सो इफ योर इनिशियल पोजिशन इज डिफरेंट, that is what is your green line shows. Obviously the speed is different in blue and green, but the major difference here is that your initial position is different, though both are uniform motion. Why? Because they are linear sloped graph. Am I clear? Am I clear बच्चा पार्टी? यहाँ तक क्लियर हुआ? Yes, body is not starting from rest नहीं बोलोगे बच्चे श्रव्या, because when you say S is on the y-axis, it is not telling you rest or motion. It is just telling you what is the position of the body at 0 time. Right? So, this is what is. Yes, Vinita, definitely I remember बच्चे, क्यों भूलूंगी मैं? चलो, let's do one more thing. Let's have one more query. अभी तो बहुत सारी चीजें आने वाली है, मजा आएगा. If I draw another graph, ठीक है? Let me draw another 2 sheet पे. You already know what does that show. So ये मेरा distance है, ये मेरा time है. I'm going to draw a graph and you have to tell me what does that show. Simple question है. चलो बताओ, what does this graph shows me? What does this graph shows me? Tell me. Rudrani, we don't have quizzes people. Blackpink क्या नहीं समझ आया बच्चे? See, if you have a straight slant line at an angle with the x-axis that shows you a sloped line, that means constant speed, that is uniform motion. बट अगर एक लाइन नीचे से शुरू हो रही है और एक थोड़ा ऊपर से शुरू हो रही है, then what does this mean? This mean कि this is starting from the reference point, the position is 0, and this की position, start position is some, let's say 5 meter away from the reference point. Are you getting me? What do I mean here? समझ आया बच्चे को? Yes or no? ओ तुम्हें समझाने के चक्कर में मैंने पूरी शीट ही गायब कर दी, बट आई होप दैट इज क्लियर टू यू नाउ. लेट मी जस्ट शो यू द स्क्रीन अगेन. लेट मी जस्ट मेक द ग्राफ अगेन. सो इफ आई हैव अ ग्राफ, अ dt ग्राफ, एंड आई शो यू कि दिस इज माई ग्राफ, what does this blue line shows me? What does this blue line shows me? Tell me. Non-uniform, 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 zindabad. Okay, chalo. Let's make another and let's see what does this green line shows me. What does this green line shows me? Very good, Rudrani. What does this green line shows me? ये भी non-uniform. पक्का. Then what is the difference between these two? Main question तो ये आता है, can we tell the difference? Can we tell the difference between these kind of motion? Non-uniform motion. What is the difference? What's the difference? What is the difference between the blue and the green line? Yes. Both are curved, both are non-uniform. I am with you. तो अलग क्या है? What is the difference? कम ऑन क्विकली, इफ यू आर नॉट सब्सक्राइब टू द चैनल जल्दी से सब्सक्राइब कर लो और लाइक भी कर दो वीडियो को. It's a curve one. Oh my god, it's non-uniform. Different speed. Is it so, Ridhima? But that is non-uniform, na? The speed is changing throughout the motion. Non-uniform motion matlab speed is changing. Speed is decreasing after increasing in green. तो blue में क्या हो रहा है? What is happening in blue? Blue is increased. Vidya, what increase बच्चे? अनुम कंफ्यूज हो गई, चित्रा भी हो गई, क्या हो रहा है मैम ये, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. सो लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड दिस. इट्स वेरी सिंपल, वेरी वेरी सिंपल. लेट्स रीड द ग्राफ. ठीक है, लेट्स से यहाँ पर ये टाइम 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 ऐसे है, एंड द डिस्टेंस इज 10 20 30 40 50 60 लाइक दिस. ठीक है, नाउ लेट्स सी. If we are going on blue line, then initially 1 पे the distance covered was 5 meters or 4 meters, 2 पे it is 5, 3 पे it is 10, 4 पे it is 20, 5 पे it is 30. So ideally धीरे 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 the speed is increasing, right? When the speed increases with time, what kind of motion I call it? I call it accelerated motion. Right or wrong? I call it accelerated motion. Right? Now if we have to go with the green one, see the green one. 1 पे it was at 10, 2 पे it was at 20, 3 पे it was at 30, but after that 4 पे 40, 5 पे भी 40, 6 पे भी 40, 7 पे भी 40. मतलब the speed slowly decreased. The speed decreased. So green graph मुझे क्या दिखा रहा है? What does it show? It show me retardation. So the blue graph is the accelerated motion and the green graph is the retarded motion. Both the cases, the graph shows me non-uniform motion. Am I clear now? Anum, अभी clear हुआ बच्चे? बच्चे read the graph. The only way to understand graph is try not to memorize them. Try to read them. If I say I have a straight line which gives me uniform motion, why? Because equal distances are covered in equal time. But if I have a curved graph, it is non-uniform motion because it is showing unequal distances covered in unequal time. Right? So this is the graph that we have here, that you can see that this is showing me non-uniform motion. So if it is an upward slope graph, it shows me the speed is increasing. Non-uniform acceleration है यहाँ पर, non-uniform motion accelerated. But if I have a graph like this, the speed is decreasing. This is retardation. Am I making sense now? Yes or no? Yes. Water clear, crystal clear, diamond clear नहीं है मैम. But how is the distance time in a distance time graph? Ridhima, I didn't get you बच्चे. I didn't get you. What do you want to ask बाबू? अनुम clear हुआ बच्चा? Okay. Super. Easy peasy. चलो एक और last करते हैं. One more. I am enjoying this game. I enjoy this game a lot. One more people coming your way. Ready or not? Ball आ रही है. Let's see it's a bouncer or it's a sixer. So I have again the DT graph. So sorry, my graphs are very bad. But yeah, again I have a DT graph. कहाँ गया मेरा DT graph? गड़बड़ कर देती हूँ ना भावना मैम बार बार. आप रुको 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 रुको, दोबारा ले आएंगे. हमें कौन सा बड़ा कुछ जा रहा है दोबारा ड्रॉ करने में. So I was drawing a DT graph. Now let's see people how smart you are. Very smart, I know. Tell me if I draw a graph on DT like this, what does this show? ये क्या दिखा रहा है? What does this show? What is this? Black magic. बच्चे, so who said you cannot show non-uniform motion means accelerated motion only, na Ridhima? We use the VT graph to find the value, but that doesn't mean that we cannot show non-uniform motion or DT graph. Are you getting me, Ridhima? मेरी बात समझ में आई बच्चे को? Yes or no? Yes? Okay. Come on. ऑब्जेक्ट इज एट रेस्ट, रेस्ट 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 रेस्ट। क्या बात है, क्या बात है। हाय पूजा बच्चे, कैसा है? सबको पता है। दिस मीन्स दैट, चलो मैं भावना मैम अपने घर से निकल के अपनी फ्रेंड के घर गई विच इज 5 मीटर अवे फ्रॉम हर हाउस, एंड वहां जाके बस गई। मैं तो जा ही नहीं रही, आई डोंट वांट टू गो एनीवेयर। सो आइडली आफ्टर दिस पोजिशन एट 0 point आई स्टार्टेड टू नोट माई मोशन एंड आई डिडंट मूव फ्रॉम दैट पोजिशन। दैट मीन्स दिस इज स्टेशनरी, नो मूवमेंट और रेस्ट। सुपर कूल पीपल, वेरी स्मार्ट, वेरी गुड, क्लैप्स फॉर यू गाइज। टेल मी ये ग्राफ क्या दिखा रहा है? कैन यू टेल मी व्हाट डज दिस ग्राफ शोज मी? ऑब्जेक्ट मैं हूं यार, फ्रेंड के घर जाके पड़ जाते हैं ना यार, मेरा मन नहीं है घर जाने का। दैट इज व्हाट आई डू। यस, कम ऑन, व्हाट इज दिस? कौन है वो फ्रेंड मैम? अरे बहुत सारे, कोई तो मिले तो ढूंढ रही हूँ। विनीता ने बोल दिया मैम नॉट पॉसिबल। क्यों भाई, व्हाई इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल? सो बैड, कितना बुरा लगेगा ग्रीन लाइन को, पता है तुम्हें? अल्ट्रा प्रो मैक्स समृद्धि यार, सभी टाइम इज नॉट चेंजिंग। सो मैंने टाइम को रोक लिया, घड़ी है मेरे पास, मैंने उसमें से सेल निकाल दिए, आई कैन स्टॉप टाइम। नॉट पॉसिबल। वर्टिकल मोशन, श्रव्या जिंदाबाद। टेल मी व्हाट डज दिस ग्रीन लाइन शोज मी ऑन अ ग्राफ? What does the green light shows me? Not possible. Time must change. Why रिधिमा time must change? मेरी घड़ी, मैंने सेल निकाल दी है, मेरी मर्जी। हद है मतलब विनीता। बेचारी ग्रीन लाइन, देखो उसके आंसू निकलने शुरू होंगे अभी, रो रही है बेचारी, रो रही है। विनीता ने ऐसे बोल दिया तुम लायक ही नहीं हो किसी के। झुकेगा नहीं। Super cool people, let's get this where we are. So you guys have perfectly told me a horizontal line parallel to the x-axis give me stationary motion. That means the position is not changing with respect to time, hence it is stationary. But when we talk about a vertical line, what does this mean? You guys said ma'am time तो रुक गया है, टाइम रुक गया है तो फिर कैसे चलेगा? अरे टाइम छोड़ो, मेरा पेन भी रुक गया है। यार तुम लोग कुछ ब्लैक मैजिक तो नहीं कर रहे हो? अरे सच में गायब हो गया, मेरा पेन खो गया। पीपल व्हाट यू डिड? ओ पेन चल तो रहा है यार, क्या कर रही है भावना? रुको पीपल रुको, वेरी वेरी गुड। आई एम डूइंग सम मजाक है, पता नहीं क्या हो गया मेरी शीट के साथ। रुको रुको रुको, ओके आई एम बैक। माय गुडनेस, मैंने क्या कर दिया इस शीट के साथ। शुक्र है, ब्लैक मैजिक बैक अगेन। ओके सो पीपल व्हाट आई वाज टॉकिंग, मंजुलिका इन द सेशन, विनीता लग रहा है मेरे को भी। ओके सो व्हाट डज दिस लाइन शोज? ऑब्वियसली यू गाइज वर राइट, टाइम इज फिक्स्ड and time is not an entity which I can bind. Though I can take out the cells or the batteries out of my watch, I can stop my watch but I can never stop time. So yeah, time fix हो गया, but my positions are different. That means at a single point मैं 20 पे भी हूँ, मैं 40 पे भी हूँ, मैं 60 पे भी हूँ, मैं 80 पे भी हूँ। I am at all the positions. All the positions I am at. सो आइडली ये ग्राफ तुमने गलत बोला, नॉट पॉसिबल। ये ग्राफ को नमस्ते करो, जय बोलो, बोलो जय माता दी रॉक्स, जय माता दी रॉक्स, बिकॉज दिस ग्राफ शोज यू गॉड। दिस ग्राफ शोज दैट एट सिंगल मोमेंट यू आर ओमनी प्रेजेंट, एंड इफ यू आर ओमनी प्रेजेंट कौन है? ओमनी प्रेजेंट तो हमारे भगवान जी है ना सिर्फ। तो सब लोग नमस्ते करो, जल्दी से जय करो भगवान को, जल्दी से जय करो, नमस्ते करो। चलो चलो चलो, बम बम बोले, जय माता दी। जो भगवान प्यारे हैं, जो पसंद है, जय श्री कृष्ण, जय श्री राम, जय हनुमान, जो पसंद है ये भगवान जी है। इन्हीं की वजह से हमारा रिजल्ट अच्छा आएगा और हमारी मेहनत ऑब्वियसली, राइट? सो पीपल, दिस ग्राफ शोज यू भगवान। वाई? because actually this graph shows that at a single moment we are omnipresent, and omnipresent is not possible for me and you kind of people. It is only possible by God, by Bhagwan ji. So Ram Ram. ठीक है? So we got to know a distance time graph with horizontal line means rest, but the straight vertical lines for me, you and mango people like us, it is not possible. But किसके लिए possible है? भगवान जी के लिए definitely possible है, right? right? Okay, just kidding. Let's have a quick quiz, and today the quiz is going to be on the YouTube live. No quiz result will be there. Next class definitely. So quickly get into the quiz. जब तक you people are getting into the quiz, let me tell you a simple thing. क्या बोला था लास्ट में? सबसे पहले, अरे सारे क्वेश्चन नहीं दिखाने, सारे क्वेश्चन नहीं दिखाने, ये हमेशा गड़बड़ होता है, हाँ हमेशा गड़बड़ होता है. बट just to show you this people, I told you this earlier and this is very important for you that grade 9 का आपका जो कोर्स अभी है which is right now at what price, you guys already know. किस प्राइस पे है? it is very less. The AI course for your grade 9 is only 5,000 rupees for your physics, chemistry, bio, social studies, maths and English. This cost is even less if you use the code BA Pro. But if you do not do this before 31st of May, this cost will go up till 9,000. That means this becomes 10,000 and after my code you will get it at 9,000. But if you get it before 31st, like you have 3 days now, you can take the advantage of any of these courses, may it be light, may it be classic, may it be plus. What is the difference between all these? Light are recorded session of your master teacher, but your class teachers will be live within the class solving your doubts along with the PDF of books and live quizzes and leaderboards. If you want extra advantage over it and you want कि आपको post class भी doubt solve करना है, then classic is the package. And if you want नहीं यार master teachers के साथ live पढ़ना है, then it is plus and the cost is around 40,000. Again after the code it will come down 4,000 down, so 36,000 for 1 year. But this is right now 31st May and the cost will go up. Don't miss this. If you are not yet a pro student, be a pro student right away. Now let's get into the quiz. ठीक है? अरे फिर वही हो रहा है. क्या हो रहा है ये? क्विज कहाँ गई हमारी क्विज के साथ मजाक, हमारी क्विज के साथ मजाक. वेरी बैड, वेरी बैड. सो क्विज को वापस ले आते हैं. लेट्स डू दिस एंड लेट्स स्टार्ट. टू फाइंड द स्पीड ऑफ अ मूविंग ऑब्जेक्ट वी यूज विच काइंड ऑफ ग्राफ? Quickly, B it is. बच्चे विनीता, the moment you will give me 4 crores, I'll give him 1.69 crore from that. ठीक है? कौन से देखते हो? के ड्रामा? नहीं बच्चे, बिल्कुल ही नहीं देखती हूँ बच्चे. So the answer is ma'am, obviously ma'am. Distance time graph कितना easy है. Next question पे चपाटी. What does this graph represent? Quickly. What does this graph represent? Quick. क्या है ये ग्राफ? जो सबसे पहले आंसर देगा उसका नाम यहाँ आएगा सुनहरे अक्षरों में. This graph shows me rest and Jasleen is the first one to give me the right answer. But यहाँ तो rest है ही नहीं. So what is the right answer of this? A, B, C or D? A, B, C or D? The answer would be A. वेदिका पिटाई करूंगी मैं तेरी, पिटाई करूंगी मैं जननी तुम्हारी भी. That graph, yes विनीता. हे भगवान, इन लोगों का क्या किया जाए. इट इज नॉट मूविंग. इफ अ बॉडी इज एट रेस्ट इट मीन्स इट डजंट मूव. यूनिफॉर्म मोशन मीन्स कांस्टेंट स्पीड. पिटाई होनी चाहिए लोगों की जल्दबाजी में. आंसर, द आंसर इज द ग्राफ शोज नॉट मूविंग और स्टेशनरी बॉडी. सो डोंट गेट कंफ्यूज्ड विद दीज वर्ड. रेस्ट, स्टेशनरी, नॉट मूविंग, सिनोनिम्स. यूनिफॉर्म मोशन, यूनिफॉर्म स्पीड, कांस्टेंट स्पीड, सिनोनिम्स. Accelerated motion, non-uniform motion, synonyms. Are you getting me? Yes or no? Yes or no? ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स है बच्चे, बहुत छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं बट यही हमें मार्क्स लेकर आते हैं. ठीक है? मार दिया जाए, छोड़ दिया जाए, अभी देखते हैं समझी. ओके, now you guys have already made Ananya sir the winner, but if I give you again Ananya sir, Bhavna ma'am and C से किसको? चित्रा को भगा देते हैं. हाँ चित्रा, you are running. We all are running. Tell us. Actually Ananya sir क्यों? अनुम, बी से कौन है हमारी क्लास में अभी? बी से कौन है हमारी क्लास में? एनीबडी विद द नेम बी? BTS, Blackpink. These 3 people are running. So tell me in this who is the fast runner? Who is it? कौन जीता यहाँ पर? कौन जीत रहा है? अनुम, BTS और चित्रा. अनुम, BTS और चित्रा. क्या बात है, बड़े सारे. अरे चित्रा तो भागने शुरू हो गई. मैम रुको, मैं भाग कर आती हूँ. अनूप सर, ये देखना समृद्धि, अनूप सर कहाँ से आ रहे हैं? तुम लोगों को ना रेस में भागता कोई और है, जिताते तुम किसी और को। पहले अनन्या सर और भावना मैम के बीच में रेस थी, विनर थी सना मैम। नाउ इट इज अनूप, बीटीएस एंड चित्रा की रेस, एंड जीत रहे अनूप सर। वेरी गुड। The answer is Amritsar bhi. It is Anom. How can we say that? The one who is covering. So we can see Anom, BTS and Chitra all are moving some distance in equal time. So 5 seconds में ही हम सबका measure कर रहे हैं. Race तो ऐसी होती है. But the distance traveled by Anom is maximum 10 meters in 5 seconds. For BTS, it is around 8 meters in 5 seconds. And for Chitra, it is around 6 meters in 5 seconds. So, who is covering more distance in same time is going to be faster. Super easy. Next one. How long did it take this object to travel 10 meters? Come on. Yes, steeper the slope, Shravya. Very correct, bache. Super correct. But there was non-uniform motion as well. Chitra was not running at a uniform rate. She was going with non-uniform accelerated motion. Right, Chitra? भागना शुरू किया था ना लड़की ने हमारी. Yes, the answer is 10 meters are covered in 20 seconds. Ma'am, this is so easy for us. We are like super great with this question, right? Chalo, now this is your NCERT question. Let's see whether you can crack this or not. There are 4 cars given, A, B, C and D. You have to tell me, if we are given the DT graph of these 4 cars, which one is the correct statement? तो ध्यान से देख लो, CDAB. CDAB. That's the graph. Tell me which statement is correct. Car A is faster than D. So it was CDAB. So CDAB में, is it saying that car A is faster than D? Second is car B is the slowest. Third is car D is the faster than C, or car C is the slowest. What is the right answer? What is the right answer? हाँ देख रही हूँ, आज कोई मेरे साथ नहीं है ना? Everybody. Sridevi is saying C. Are you sure car D is faster than C? You have to look at the slope. As Shravya said, ma'am, the steeper the slope, the greater is the velocity. So ideally C की velocity D से ज़्यादा है, D की velocity A से ज़्यादा है, A की velocity B से ज़्यादा है. So car A is faster than D? No, D is faster. Car B is slowest? That can be possible. It is on the last. Car D is faster than C? No, C is faster. Car C is slowest? No. The slowest is Gaadi B. So this is the right answer. Now here comes your homework question. Which of the following figures correctly represent uniform motion of a moving object? Super easy. Super duper easy. Give me the answer in the comment section, and do not forget to attempt the V quiz, on demand V quiz, which you people can attempt after this class. That is your assignment and with your homework. We are going to end today's class with a good note saying thank you to you guys for attending the class. Take care of yourself. Do like and share this video if you really think that this is helpful. And yes, subscribe to the channel. Take care, bacha party. Bye. Have a great day. Next class on way for sure. ठीक है?